Hello everyone, welcome to another WARNO monthly tournament game. By me, Castic, Brother Soccer, fresh from Leipzig. Hope you all have a nice day, as we have a lovely game here. As Gautz can't get a break. In week number 1, he had to play Derek, but he got the draw against Derek. But for his deeds, he got rewarded with having to play Ski now. So let's see if Gautz can make it work against Ski as well. As the divisions we got at hand are for Ski, 8th Infantry. Whilst on the other side for Gautz, we have 2nd Panzer Grenadier. So an interesting matchup. The 40 deployment for Fallschirmjägers and co. But only with Gepards versus Jägers, Chaparrals, Stingers, M1s versus Leopards. It's a classic matchup by now. I hope we will see a couple more divisions soon. Though we won't get them this week for sure. And most likely also not next week. So yeah, I guess still 2 weeks to wait till the next one. But here we go. Jäger Aufklärers in all directions on both sides. LRS on Ski's side as well. Fallschirmjägers coming in as well. Scorpions as the forward deployment. And we have seen 2nd Panzer Grenadier work pretty well for Nick versus Kama, for example. But it fell apart in the late game because the Gepards started dying and then just got bullied from the skies. And same things can happen here. The other big part is the toes. Ski here going for the I-toe, not the toe 2. I-toe is a bit cheaper, still has 60% accuracy, so more than the other ATGMs. And the 20 penetration is enough to beat Leopard 1s. Against Leopard 2s, it's not that amazing, but the toe 2 also doesn't kill a Leopard 2 too easily frontally. Side armor hits, both are pretty deadly, so for the cheaper price and the more availability, you might want to take on. I'm not sure about the availability actually, but you might want to take the I2 for just being more affordable. Jäger Aufklärers forward here. Milan 2s on the other side. Leopard 2A3 coming in from the get-go. On the other side, 2 M1s. So some Tonk battles could be coming up. A Cobra to bully any too far forward deployment. Another issue of the 2nd Panzer Grenadiers, you don't get any choppers that can bully infantry. Like really one of the big disadvantages of the Germans, and one of the reasons why I don't think they're as super scary anymore as they had been. Helicopter play is one of the reasons why 39th and 8th have caught up, and I would say the 8th has overtaken them as the best division. So we will see. 2 legs it is, as I said. And yeah, are you thinking I'm wrong, guys? Chat, what do you think? Am I right? Am I wrong about saying 8th was the best? Do you think the Germans are still the top dog? Like, I would say maybe the infantry is still the best. Obviously, also forward deployment is pretty powerful. Jäger Aufklärers coming in. Mud in the rear, going for Delta. On the other side, an Iltis Führer coming in to get Echo. But Gautz brings one in for his spot in the middle. Ski ain't doing the same. So Gautz will get a point advantage here from the get-go. Ski won't. Scorpion coming around. Gautz also getting a bit of +2 because the mud took longer, which I'm a bit surprised. Maybe positioning was wrong. But at least already gets 30 points here. He'll get the +3 in a second. Question is, how deep will Ski go? Will Ski try to put some pressure on here? Because Gautz' defensive line here is minimal. 2 Jäger Aufklärers, so really nothing in front of here. Ski could take this whole perimeter at least. We'll use the Humvee for scouting. Humvee won't find much. Ski reacts with a mud because you don't want to fall too far behind the enemy in points, otherwise you will really need to be the one that is aggressive the whole game and that can be abused by your enemy by just grinding you down. So this should arrive before there's a super big advantage for Gautz, but Gautz will get quite a few more points till then. The mud will take a while. Rangers, meanwhile, setting up for behind the line actions. So something pretty annoying around here. There is a Jäger around for the Intensifying, but the Black Hawk still can just drop it onto the Intensifying and then the Intensifying dies. The Rangers might die afterwards, but what you really need is a Gepard around here that covers the whole approach and shoots down helicopters over the air, over the water, but obviously affording that early on ain't that easy. So this move is a standard one on this map by now. Using the open terrain where there can't be an EAA to go by. Question is, will Gautz see it? Keep trying to come around with the Raven. Gepards in the north are turned off though. Will turn on, but ain't really in range. Instantly turned off again. Raven here, I guess, to protect against any Gepards in this section of the map. But Gautz might be able to see this. Hasn't reacted yet though. As Gautz is up 240 points. Tornado F3 trying to come in. But Raven already retreating. Good decision there by Ski. Meanwhile, Gautz now has the F3 out. Might want to retreat it though. Or does... Well, could be used obviously to shoot on the Black Hawk. But I don't think the Jäger player spotted that correctly. They seem to have a somewhat cut off line of sight. They're not really on the edge. Otherwise, if you kill a helicopter over the water, the infantry actually dies. Something that it doesn't do over land at the moment, which is a bad idea that it doesn't do that. F3 now going home. And the Rangers will be dropped on the leader over here. The leader should just start to run. But I don't think Gautz has noticed. So the Rangers will drop down over here. Now the Iltis leader should just start running. No, Gautz hasn't noticed. That's annoying. Gepard. Number 3 coming in. And the Rangers will get out, and the Rangers should be able to snipe this pretty easily. Meanwhile, another Raven around, but the Gepards have the good setup. You kind of want to have them always turned off at the beginning. Ooh, but Ski with a deep push here with the Ito, trying to get behind enemy lines. If that gets a kill on the side shot on the Leopard 2, that would be devastating. And well, Rangers now start to move on the hunt for the Iltis leader. Third Gepard coming in. Milan coming in as well. Tornado trying to run in, but the Raven can just engage here. We'll get out. Tornado has to be somewhat careful. Gepard disengages from the Ito. Now Fallschirmjägers and Jäger have spotted it. Should be able to hunt it down. 2 fighting Falcons on the hunt for the Tornado. But only one gets in range of the missiles. And they will fly over over Gepards now. Which won't end well for this one, I would say. Oh, yeah, one down. Second one the fire. Not sure what's going on with the Rangers here. And another Tornado being caught in by Gautz. Maybe slightly over eager. You don't want to fly over this. You don't want to fly over this. Oh no. Slightly over eager. Gets the kill? No. No, I think it disengaged. Ooh. Okay, only one of the stingers hitting. That's lucky. If 2 of the stingers out of the 3 would have connected, which the chances were pretty much 50-50, would have been a quite close fight. Meanwhile, though, Gautz finally realizing what happened here. Brings in more Sicherungs. Down here, wants to bring in the leader as well. Don't know why Gautz went out of the building. That's a pretty bad move. Well, at least still gets the pin down on the Rangers. Brings in another leader. Should arrive here before Ski has an advantage. But obviously annoying losing a CV like that. Didn't storm into this forest, which I find surprising. Tried to hunt down the Ito. Will come in from the another flank down now though. Whilst Chaparral's coming in the north. To shoot down any airplanes coming in there. Both players playing pretty defensively. Rangers here still getting hit by the Jägers, but the Black Hawk trying its best to keep the Jägers at bay. Jägers only did 2 damage to the Black Hawk. Gina now coming in for the kill though. And the Black Hawk is dropping in hits points and falls off the sky. Another CV coming in. Ski got 100 points. Won't get much more. And we're back to a stalemate. Will Gautz get another good result against another top level player? So far I would say grades were pretty even, with a slight favor for Gautz, but position wise I like Ski's position more. Good defensive setup over here. And a bit more of a threat to the position of Gautz, whose position here is good, but not as great. At least the Itog went down now. The Gauflower haven't been spotted yet though. Rangers trying to disengage. Sicherung's on the hunt. Supply truck coming in south. I'm not sure for what. Not sure what all these students are supposed to do here. Oh no. Gepard going down. Micro not as good as before. Alpha Jet will now get hunted by the Tornado, but Tornado will most likely follow it over the chaparrals. And it won't hit. Some things, yeah, Tornado missiles seem weird. They seem way less accurate than they are supposed to be. I had that feeling, at least I have the feeling, like, okay, it doesn't get the kill there. Well, I guess it's 50% multiplied by 20% ECM, so it's only like 40%. Like, so still, though, felt like they should have been hit more. 20 ECM on the Alpha Jet is always surprising. Sicherungs get the Rangers. I'm not sure what the ammunition truck down here is for. Not sure what the M48 is supposed to do here either. Another Gepard coming in though. Quadruple Gepard setup in the north. With good micro that can be devastating. And 2 more Leopard 2A3s. So a big push is planned. Jaeger's coming around here. Raven plus Alpha Jets now. Alpha Jet turns around. That's the time where you want to turn on your Gepards. They won't be able to get the kill. Gina coming in. Sure what the plan for Gina is. Alpha Jets do their deed. Get out. Jäger over here getting engaged. Gina didn't drop its bombs. Chaparral's dangerous for the Gina. Get the kill. Another Alpha Jet coming in over here. And another bombing run. Onto the units over here. Jäger is getting cut down a bit. And really the tornadoes are your way to dealing with this, I guess. So this Alpha Jet should go down. Yes. Alpha Jet gets burned out of the skies. Gepard's head up is now for sure strong enough to deal with them. So Ski has to be careful now. Heavy investment into Alpha Jet by Ski. More Alpha Jets coming. It's Alpha Jets all the way, it seems like. Like, I mean, I'm not super surprised, but I don't feel like that's the way. Really? Really? You want to button the Gepards? How much damage did that deal? 1. Okay. Yeah, not a fan. Really not a fan of that bombing run. But hey, who am I, right? Jäger sitting around. Fallschirmjägers in the north. Mortars trying to drop the smoke on the mech rifle loss. Jäger is over here sitting around. Ammunition coming in for the Gepards to reload them. And mortar is dropping. Dropping some smoke. Or what exactly to go in there? Engineers? Okay. And once a mech rifle's trying to cut off the road, so Ski with the push for the north. In the south, no push setup whatsoever for Gautz, but 2 more Leopard 2A3s, or no. Yes, it's 5 Leopard 2A3s. Gautz likes the heavy tongs. Gautz really likes the heavy tongs. Mech rifles going in here. We'll find the Jäger Aufklärer. Mech rifles already bit lower in cohesion, but have more damage output. So they seem to catch up here against the Jäger Aufklärers when it comes to killing each other. And one pushed a bit further as well. Now Ski has a pretty good parameter around here, whilst Gautz is somewhat encircled here. Toe 2s coming in down here can be really devastating against Leopard 2s if you have two of them. On the other side, there's one as well. And a lot of mech rifles and engineers will try to make it to the front line. Jägers and Fallschirmjäger Aufklärers coming in to try to contest that. M48 on the way in here. Trying to get into a spot where it can shoot at the mech rifle, but obviously not that safe. Meanwhile, Raven coming in the north. Gepards are all turned off though. Good micro there, as always, by Gautz. Tornado versus Fighting Falcon, but Tornado will engage some of the stingers. Ooh. Both shoot another missile, and both go down. Okay, mutual destruction in that regard. Point-wise, good for Ski. Unit-wise, maybe good for Gautz, because Gautz still has one F3, whilst both Fighting Falcons have been shot down. Good cluster bombing run here for the Tornado as well, killing off the M1. Alpha Jets trying to come around. But Gautz keeps on the trades, but Ski gets the territory, and that's the dangerous part. And the trades obviously are not super phenomenal for Gautz. Like, it's better trades, I would say, in general, but not by a huge margin. So trading territory for it, I'm not sure is worthwhile. Raven coming in the north. And doorbell is ringing, guys, so we need to go for a short stop. Returning to this match. Ravens in the sky. Meanwhile, Jägers holding out against engineers. Bradley's coming in as well. Leopard 2A3 in the rear. And an Alpha Jet coming in together with a Raven. Good micro there. How deep can the Alpha Jet go? Gepards are on. Good micro on Gautz's end. That Alpha Jet is not going anywhere. But it will get the bombs drop off. That might deal some damage. Yeah, they did deal some solid damage. Nearly killed one and damaged another Jäger squadron. But it's another Alpha Jet down. So one Gepard might have bitten the dust. Gepard's here engaging a Raven. Ooh! Oh boy! Second Raven coming around. Might have a similar fate here. Oh, it's going really low. But it's not quite going down. Oh boy. But these will need now some while to repair. Meanwhile though, Toe 2s versus Leopards. Not a enjoyable engagement for the Leopard. Wants to use smoke now. Smoke comes in too late. Smoke will drop, but just after the Toe 2 did hit. Jäger's sitting around here. 240 points to 112 points, but Ski is on the march. Leopard 2A3s in the north still around. But there's not much around here right now. And the double Toe 2 is dangerous. Fallschirmjägers get caught out in the open on the road, right? Bad engagement here for Gautz. Not sitting in this building. Like, these infantry units should have been in these buildings for a long while now. Instead, they get caught out in the worse cover than the enemy's infantry. So they will pay dearly for it. And Gautz may be in some trouble. Engineers will get hit by Leos. More Fallschirmjägers and Jägers engaging engineers here. The Jägers coming in general. Engineers will hit the Aufklärer over here. Leopard tries to retaliate. That's more mech rifle laws come in. Military police as well. Interesting to see that Ski uses the military police. Not the biggest fan, but brings in the mud, gets up to a +3, and now it's all about keeping this zone contested for as long as possible. M1 driving forward, still an absolute beast of a unit. Did kill a Leopard 2 here. Cluster bomber coming in. Did drop its payload, will get the M1, will get out. Chaparral's not that amazing against airplanes, not having a great range, and also not having great accuracy. Meanwhile, down in the south, Gautz in super defensive mode here, giving Ski a lot of room. So that's not where Gautz wants to win this game, but at least not now, at least not yet. 22 minutes still on the clock. Gautz in trouble. Ooh, ammunition gets hit by TOW 2. The TOW 2 push here, really good by Ski. Like, Ski is not as fast and flashy as the Derek games we covered on this map against Phoenix, but Ski is clean in the setup. Like, the only thing I didn't like as much were the Alpha Bird runs, but even they did okay-ish. Like, don't think they were the most effective one, but they kept the enemy busy. And the setup in the north, the setup in the south, taking the time, doing the slow push, really well done so far. Bradley's coming in. Leopard 2A3 sitting in the rear. Milan though, trying to find the Bradleys. Bradley's maybe a bit overeager here in the open, like you should expect Milan around here. Leopard 2A3 disengaging. Milan could be a bit further forward, but hey, TOW 2's here. Together with McRaffle Laws, try to find some connections on some Fuchs Milans. And some infantry with Handflam Patrone. These should have been here for earlier. Meanwhile, Mac Rifles find the kill onto the CV of Gautz, and it's now Ski who controls both zones. And that is obviously not some position you ever want to be in. Alpha Jets meanwhile getting shredded. But they still get their bombing run through. One killing the Milan. Oh, I guess the Milan was already dead before. Tornado will get out. All Alpha Jets die. So no more fear of Alpha Jets. I think all 6 Alpha Jets have been shot down now. So the air tap of Ski should be empty now. As Ski lost 6 Alpha Jets, 2 Fighting Falcons. So the only thing left is the Seat, and that's obviously not something that does any ground damage. So you don't have to fear airplay really much anymore. You could even now start using the Gepards as anti-infantry. Obviously then the Ravens still can come in and kill them. But, hey, you kind of need to do something here now as Gautz. And Gepards are decent against infantry. They're not amazing against infantry anymore. With the higher rate of fire, they dealt a lot more damage, I felt like. As they stacked accuracy also a lot faster. But they're still pretty good. +6 for Skido means that Ski is now on top and far enough ahead that if the situation would stay this way, Ski would win. So Gautz doesn't not only need to push Ski out of here, Gautz needs to then push deeper. The south is not amazingly defended, especially not from the north currently. But obviously, first of all, you have to clean this out. Though Gautz is on the way. Like, Gautz is not playing a bad game here at all. You can really see why Gautz was able to get a tie against Derek. And Leopard 2A3's moving forward. Will hit the military police. The other Leopard moving in as well. M1, A1 sitting around. Leopard 2A3 trying to move in there. Oh, but it's a dangerous matchup. Cluster bomber though coming in. For what? What? Oh no, the tornado cluster didn't find its target. Chaparrals won't hit though, but the M1A1 found its target. One Leopard down. The Leopard used it. I don't know why Gautz used so many Leopard 2A3s. Like, I don't feel like this is a good Leopard 2A3 map. Death row, yeah. Some spots on 2 ways you want to have them, but not everywhere. Oh no, and the Iltis leader comes in on the wrong spot, but will survive the TOW 2 spam for now. Cluster bombing runs, not amazing. Cluster bombing run and Mehrzweckwaffe, but both will get out. Chaparral's not doing their job once more. Fuchses with Milans should have come around earlier together with the Leopards, then they're really dangerous. On their own, not so much. as there are one-shots, kills. Leopard 2A3 now coming around. It's lower veterancy Leopard 2A3 now, though, so it will get first shot by the M1A1. Yes, there we go. So Gautz in trouble. Leopard 2A3 from the rear coming in as well. The chaparrals are amazing against helicopters. Like, chaparrals are really, really good against helicopters. But against airplanes, you actually want to have stingers. Or pivots. Actually, pivots can do the job now somewhat as well. But you just need a lot of pivots. Like, yes, pivots ain't great on their own, but they also only cost 60 points. So, I've seen them work quite well lately. More Leopard 2A3s coming around, but he lost so many already. Like, before the losing of all the Leopards, I think Gautz was so much more cost efficient, but now the trades against the Leopard 2A3s and the Milan Martyrs, the tank engagements here really not going Gautz's way. Another M1 coming around, getting another kill. Getting killed in retaliation, but that's not what you worry about. I mean, Leopard 2A3 now coming in with a couple of kills that are pretty helpful. We'll kill the Mud here, for example, which will even it out. We'll get a kill on the Chaparral here, I guess? Yes. And the infantry is now pushing over this. And Scheme might have overextended a bit, but imagine having now 2 or 3 Leopard 3s alive, 2A3s alive. Like, the traits were just not great. Oh no. Good smoke drop, at least. Yeah. But the earlier Leopard 2A3 micro was really not where it needed to be. And something that Gautz misses out on, I think, is supply cars. Like, we had a lot of Half-Life Leopard 2A3s engaging once more. That's not what you want to do. You want to always take a shot, survive that, return, get repaired, come back, kill something, get shot at, survive that, turn back, get repaired. But if you only go up to Half-Life, then the next one shot of the enemy will kill you. And that's what happens quite often here. And now Gautz needs to do the attack, but I don't know if Gautz has the power. Meanwhile, Rangers over here under heavy fire. Another Ranger squad came in with the Black Hawks over here though. Mehrzweckwaffe. Currently, yeah, only dropping half their payload, but even half their payload is good enough for this infantry. Oh no, too early retreat actually. You want to fly deep and then you want to fly out over the water. You just click on retreat here. Yeah, this is what happens. You fly over the Stingers. It survives once more here. Lucky there is Gautz. But yeah, Milan 2's here. Trying to hit the M1A1. M1A1 drops the smoke. Cluster bomber now coming in. Oh boy. Where do they land? On the M1A1? Okay, gets the M1A1. Tornado gets out again. Yeah, AA for Ski up here, not amazing. Another TOW 2 supposed to come in. Both other TOW 2s went down to the infantry. Ski losing a lot of stuff here. Gautz really playing a good game until the Leo 2 micro. Like, yeah, getting pushed and so on. Like, the positioning here could have been a bit better, but the previous engagements were all taken pretty well. With the Gepards against the Alpha Jets, the infantry engagements, all pretty decent. Like, Skeev was not trading super poorly, but I felt like Gautz had the advantage. But then, now we're down from 6 or 7 Leopard 2s down to 2. For, like, getting, like, similar amounts of M1s. That's not how you'd want to trade. Like, M1s and... Like, maybe he killed one more M1. Like, maybe 2 M1A1s and 3 M1s. But that's still not really worthwhile. Especially as those also dealt then damage to all the Milan Martyrs, which are not... Milan Fuchses, which are not for free anymore. They cost 30 points now. And we lost, like, 5 or 6 of them. Instead of bringing them in combined arms. Meanwhile, more Sicherungs coming in. Jäger moving forward. What is my ideal what? Mechas? I haven't been there in years by now. Raven coming in here. I mean, they're the only air that's left. Still good micro here. You don't really have to worry. Just keep your guys off. You don't even have to shoot them down. But I guess that's not much else what you can use your tornado for. They are not getting in range. Well, wing damaged. Caprals though. Oh, not doing the job either. But tornado not getting the catch. Meanwhile, more and more infantry coming around here, trying to push up the north. Ski now 12 minutes of survival plague style here. Is what's asked of Ski. More Leopard 1s coming in. But Gautz doesn't quite have the pushing power, I fear. And the TOW 2s coming up now. TOW 1s coming up. Bradley coming up. M1A1 coming up. Like a lot of forces here rolling in. Trying to stop this push. And I don't know if Gautz has the means to really get through here. Still has some tornadoes that could help out. And as we see, the AA here is really lackluster now for Ski. Really not a big fan of Ski's airplay whatsoever. But first unit already dropping down here. Leo 2A3. Going really deep. Should be able to get the kill maybe? Yeah, gets the kill. Against the Bradley before the Bradley can find the kill on it. Now pushing deeper. Ito coming in as well. More Milans rolling in the rear. Well, it's the Leopard 2A3. It's pretty low on hit points now. Which is once more a problem. Ravens coming in again. As I said, they're the only air around for Ski, so nothing to super worry about for Gautz. Itos though, more so. But they don't hit. Cobra plus M1A1 gets the kill though. And another M1A1 comes up from over here. And here there's a Leopard missing now. More Leopards coming in. Leopards from the rear. Wait, is that an... No, it's an M1, but still, these should move all forward now. Like... Gautz needs points. 10 minutes on the clock. More M1A1s... Leo A1A5s coming in. The M1A1 here doing a really good job. The other one retreating to repair. Another M1A1 coming up. And this is a killing zone created by Ski. I don't think you can break this. Mehrzweckwaffe coming in for the run on the toes. Realizes that they moved a bit. So we'll try to adjust to it. One toe going down over here. Ooh, Tornado flies over the chaparrals though instead of the northern bound way. Yeah, bad idea. Raven also tries to get some kill onto the Gepards. Doesn't find it, but losing the Mehrzweckwaffe is bad. Gina HE now coming in. Trying to find some kills. Starting with the Cobra. 10 minutes remaining. Can Gautz make the comeback happen? Eager Aufklärer in the rear. More Eager sitting up there. Gina Bomber's not really finding the target. Leo's coming around. M1A1 here maybe a bit over eager. Yeah, already gets penetrated. Milan also moving around. Doesn't find the Leopard. Leopard finds it though. Bombing run here is unnecessary. Bit chaparral battery now. But no supply truck right now for them. Two more M1A1s around here though. And these are all Leo 1As. 5s. So you need to overwhelm this with numbers. Bradley's coming around for some more tow action. And really Ski is only playing delaying action now, but that's all Ski needs to do. Like, with no time limit or with 20 minutes more on the clock, I would think Gautz easily can do it. Gautz has the way superior combined arms, but he has to push with it now. And that's the question. As obviously, the reason why he has the better combined arms is that Ski kind of suicided into him for a quite good while as well. The reason why time limit is such a good thing, and why we need it in Steel Division 2 as well. It creates a back and forth that you don't have without time limit. And M1 over here, like, rewards you for playing objective early on. Instead of playing Total Destruction mode, as we have it in Steel Division for some stuff. But we also have a Total Destruction mode, which you can play if you want to play Total Destruction. Milan here trying to deal with the M1. Gets a good hit in here. A lot of the Leopards have fallen. Three M1s and M1A1s still up in the north. Milan once more not finding the kill though. Will get shut down, but the cluster bomber coming in for the cluster of tanks in the north. Ski not reacting in time here, I don't think. Now trying to move away, but still might lose one here. One really heavily damaged. The other ones run into a tank. And M1A1 goes down. M1 also under fire. Can Gautz find the connection? 7 minutes only. Even with a +2, that wouldn't be enough. That's +2 is only 80 points per minute. He needs more. And breaking the south seems pretty hard to do. Though actually there's... But you would have to swing south then from up here. Try to break through this. Maybe. More M48s coming in now. More Milans coming in. And the Leopard has fallen. With more M1s on the way. Gautz seems to run out of quality tanks. Whilst Raven come in for more action. Leopards will find the mortars eventually. Cobra here. Has a couple more rockets left. M1 coming in. I feel like Ski has done it though. Leopard 2A3s. I feel like more Leopard 1A5s in this terrain would have done better, and then bring in the Leopard 2A3s once you reach this terrain. The open. The Leopard 2s came in a bit too early. Push coming forward. Has there been a CV bought even to contest this? No, there hasn't. So if he buys it now, he gets here in with 3 minutes rest or so. Hook's leader trying to come in here, but that's a desperation move. Obviously, there's enough stuff here to just stop this. All of this stuff should have been starting moving forward a while ago. But it seems like Ski will bring the advantage home. Leopard 1A5 runs into a Bradley. Doesn't end well. Goes down. Meanwhile, Jaeger's sitting around. Fuchs leader goes down and Gautz is down. 5 minutes left. Not enough stuff. Not enough points to gain here anymore. And not enough forces to push through. What a game. It was a good game. Really, like I really enjoyed both players' playstyle. Pretty methodical. Though Gautz having this slightly worse defensive setup in the north. And too many tanks, as I said. Too many Leopard 2A3s, a bit too little infantry. Like a couple of Hunt Flum patrol a bit earlier would have allowed to push the enemy out of town a bit easier as well. And yeah, I mean, Gautz got the draw against Derek last week. And he really got rewarded with having to play Ski. Like, maybe the two best players in the tournament. Nick is also in, so yeah, there's quite a couple of good players, but I could argue for Ski and Derek being the best, and that Ski didn't win his first week match. Obviously kind of annoying for Gautz in this case. There's now the best he can hope for, it seems like, is another draw by winning in game number 2. Fuchs Führer moving forward. Mechanized Raffle will hit it. He tries to get any leaders in, but it's just... Even if he gets in here, even if he gets a +3, it's only 120 points per minute. Which only gives you like 480 points, which just wouldn't be quite enough. If it get +6, obviously would be different, but... Yeah, just ran out of steam a bit too early. Ski did just get enough points here, and that just hold this for long enough, and rate well enough on the way out. Like, it looked a couple of times as if Ski would just collapse. Maybe Gautz could have used a bit more pressure a bit earlier on. But as I said, the 2A3s, the trading of the 2A3s was just not quite there. Everything else I liked till up to then. But obviously Ski doesn't give you anything for free, so it was not like Ski was super far behind with all the rest, and then the advantage that Gautz got in points got a bit thrown away there. And so he didn't have enough pushing power to cross the open here. So I still feel like there should be either around these farmsteads, a flag, or around the industrial buildings. I feel like there should be 6 flags on this map. With Gautz, as you can see, really toe-to-toe in kills and trades. Obviously, in the end, Gautz just suicided stuff in there. Before that, he was ahead, then just threw a couple of CVs away. But really good game by both players. And yes, some of the Leopard 2 A3s did their job. So even this one didn't really it paid off, I guess. But the tank fights were just not good enough. Tank fights were just not good enough. Like, this was the one in the open that in the end killed the 3. This one did really well. But that was the one... This was in its terrain, right? But you don't want to have them in town fights. And that was the problem. Too many of them were stuck in town fights. Raven in the end got the kills, but that didn't really matter. The anti-air play of Gautz was really great. Using the Gepards really cost efficiently. But GGVP2 scheme, being methodical about it. As I said, not as clean cut as Derek, but still, like, really played the plan he needed to get the victory. Got in there, got the flag, got a lot of pressure on the enemy. Didn't get super overextended, always traded somewhat equally. And smashed the Leopards when they came up. And that was good enough to get the victory in the end. Secured. So GGVP to scheme, using the toes really efficiently. And let's see what happens in game number 2. So, game number 2. Let's see who will win this time. We have Gautz now on the right side. We have Ski on the left side. And we have a mirror match between 2nd Panzer Grenadiers. So, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Ski on the left side, bringing in a bit more like the forward Milan 2s, I guess. Whilst on the right side, we get Jäger Artilleries. Question is, how many Milan teams will Ski have this time? Does he use them as extensively as toes? Does he maybe have the forward Milan 2s and then the rearward Milan 2s that also come in the Milan 2 Fuchs? For the double Milan? Double trouble action. On the other side we have Milan 2s, but rear deploy. No, wait. Why is he deploying them? Those are the Belgium Milan, right? No? Oh no, then they're not. No, they're not. Okay. But I like them in Fuchses with the Milan. Then you get double Milan, and double Milan often just gets the kill. But obviously it's a bit more of an investment. And the Fuchs Milans didn't work out that well for Gautz last time, so we will see. A lot of forward deployment. A couple of Jäger Aufstars to go for the south. Meanwhile, Ski, a lot of stuff to push into the north, it looks like. Belgium Jäger Aufstars, Jägers and Luxus. In Milan, that comes in forward as well. Jäger Aufstars. Sicherungs to rush for Charlie. We'll see who will take it this time. Whom setup do you like more, guys? That's double CV versus only one CV from Ski again. But obviously, Ski wants to overwhelm his opponent here in the north. So, could be an interesting matchup. 2nd versus 2nd means that air is pretty viable, because the AA of the other side is. So if you win the tornado wars, you can do a lot of stuff with that. Meanwhile, Luxus and Jägers in the south. Interesting combo that I might have to test myself. Pretty light setup in the south. If Gautz realizes it in time, Gautz may be able to push in quite deep into Charlie as well if it goes that way. M48 coming in the rear. On the side, some 3 Leopard 1A1s. I wonder how Leopards versus Leopards trade. Like, the 1A1 obviously doesn't have the amazing accuracy of other Leopards. But it's still pretty cheap. It has decent range, decent penetration. Though, is it better than the M48 is a weird choice here. I don't like this at all. Like, I like the M1s way more than the M48s. I kind of stopped using M48s in matchups like this. Like the M48, you kind of only want to use to bully infantry in some extent, but the layer 1 is just not that much more expensive. And it just does have way more favorable matchups. Like it bullies T-55s. It does okay against other leopards. It does okay against T-72s. Does okay against T-62s. The accuracy and the range are both not desirable. And then the front armor is also that you die against everything. Like, basically any ATGM and so on just murders you. Ultramegers here, in trouble. Went too deep. You can't go this deep. This was a bit... Oh no, oh no. Oh, Gautz. Oh no. Okay, one gets out. But Gautz going heavily over aggressive here. I think losing 2. And now will use to the Jäger Aufklärers here as well. Oh, this is a horrible start. Oh my god, Gautz over aggressive on the side. Maybe hasn't played the right side as much. You can't go in here, you can't go in here. This is the maximum you can go, and this is the maximum you can go. You will never be faster than the enemy in these buildings. Something that I had to teach Resman the hard way, and something that I guess Gautz had to learn the hard way here as well. Ooh. Tornado not dropping its bombs and turning the wrong way. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, after such an amazing game number 1, this game here is just derailing. Is the looks killing the M48? Okay, the M48 gets the kill. But... oh god, this is bad. Losing the... oh my god. Lost the infantry unit down here as well. I guess got another looks for it. Scorpion got a bit damaged. Oh, this is a horrible start. This is a horrible start. Oh, well, we overall have some payload drop-offs, and then the Metzger has the bug that it only drops half its payload, yeah. So, I guess if you can use that correctly, it's stronger, because you can drop twice in one bomb run. And it still kills a lot of infantry with half the payload, actually. But... and also, if you return it with only half the payload dropped, it returns faster. So it's actually... if it drops half its payload, it's actually not that bad usually. Because it kind of kills most of the stuff anyways. Like we saw in the last game. It dropped half its payload and it still killed all 3 infantry units. Yeah, it doesn't drop is when you go for attack on position. But I think that's not just a M1 issue. That's a all straight, like a high altitude bomber problem currently. That they sometimes just don't drop their payloads if you do an attack order on something that disappears before they reach the battlefield, or if you do an attack order on a position from the get-go. It's a bit odd. I'm not 100% sure how exactly it happens, but yeah, we'll keep staying in touch with Eugen about it, because it's for sure something that needs fixing. Lane AI always something that can go haywire in Eugen games. Leopard 1A1s. Engaging in the Jäger Aufklärer. M48 coming in, +3 for ski. Meanwhile, another M48 coming around. But ski on the hard push now. Killed the leader here as well. Another leader coming in for Gautz, but leopards in big numbers here now arriving. Pioneer Flampadrone coming around. Leopards bullying it though. But disengage. Milan finds a leopard kill. Maybe ski overextends a bit. Gets the kill there though. The Sicherungsei in. There's no AA, so if ski brings in bombers, they will work wonders. Gets the kill there. Milan north under fire. Leopards under attack here as well. And more leopards coming in from the rear. Leopard 1A1 disengaging over here. Ski bringing in more pressure. Gepard's coming in now for Gautz, so they're not as easy to use anymore now for Ski. A lot of Leopard 1s. Okay, that seems to be Ski's thing. Leopard 1s and Fuchses with Milans. All the cheap armor. All the cheap armor. Somewhat similar to the push we saw from Jasp on the weekend. On this map, with BMP 1s and E55s. Though, I guess, yeah, slightly more expensive, but also maybe slightly better. With the Leopards and the Fuchses Milans. You miss out on the gun of the BMP 1 though. So, might be an interesting thing to test against each other. I really liked Jasp's approach with the BMP 1s. Once T-72s are a bit better, I would say 7th might come back into favor with that. But Gautz currently not getting favorable traits here. Getting the shorter end of the stick. Leopard really bullying the Jäger here. And Ski having a foothold here again. Bringing in a little leader. This spawn is so weird. Like that they spawn out here and then they have to drive this way. Either there should be like a small road junction over here or something. This is just kind of odd. And makes it quite a bit slower to get here actually. Leopard engaging the Jägers. Ooh. Milan gets the kill, but Milan also on the fire. That didn't really pay off. It's a 60-point unit that killed a 60-point Leopard 1. So losing a Leopard 1 to a Milan if you kill the Milan afterwards with the rest of the Leopard 1s just driving over it. Not did well though. The Milan survived another shot and got another Leopard killed. So I guess at that stage it paid off. Leopard 2A3 around for Gautz. I would like the 1A5 more. He has M48s here? Oh, and 1A5s, okay. But Sicherung's pushing deep here now. No Handflammenpatrone around. More Handflammenpatrone coming in now though. Leopard 1A5 in the north. Ooh, this Leopard 1A5 got hit by the Leopard 1A1. 1A1 going low, but so is 1A5. 1A5 not getting hit though. Leopard 1A1 also not getting hit by 2 Leopards. So it gets the kill, but gets killed off afterwards. But still a good trade there for Ski, obviously. Ski now bringing in the CV. Having a lot of Leopard 1A1s around here. Having a lot of clumped up units in an airstrike right now could be devastating. Oh, Leopard 1A5. And fire by so many Fuchses and Leopard 1A1s. The spam is real. Leopard 2 goes down as well. Oh no, not the Leopard 1A5 went down. One Leopard 2 here against the hordes of Leopard 1s. Another Leopard, a couple more Leopard 1A1s could come around. But Leopard 2 not having the enragement gain ranges at once. Needs to retreat. Milan 2 finds a kill. Is out of missiles though. Leopard gets the kill on the Milan. More Milans coming forward though. Will drive away. Try to disengage further. Leopard 1A5 coming in from the north. Sicherung's getting hit by Leopard. 1A5 goes down though. And Gautz is in a world of pain. Leopard 2A3 really trying its heart out here. Going down to 1 hit point, not having the smoke anymore. And if that Milan hits, it's over. And it is over. Another Leopard 2A3 coming in. But it might be too late. And Gautz surrenders here. This time Ski being way more efficient. The early game of Gautz here was just horrible. Going too deep. Going way too deep. Yeah. Losing 3 Fallschirmjägers to a Jäger of Clearer at the beginning. Fallschirmjäger killing more Fallschirmjägers over here just by killing them off before they unloaded, really. A lot of unnecessary losses there, leading to this game number 2 being so much quicker. Leopard 2A3 still did a decent job. Did get somewhat even here. Nah, one had 80 points only killed, so not fully even. Level 1 A1 spam, really good. M48's not something I can recommend. So GGVP here, 2 Gautz in the first game of today. And the second game we have today, that I will cover now, is Jasp versus Michael Burman. So I hope you enjoyed the series. Game number 1 was excellent. Game number 2, sadly, a bit of a train wreck. So we will see what game number 3, what the next series brings around. If Jasp and Michael Burman can challenge this. So here we go. Series number 2 of the day. On the left side, Jasp, with a lot of Rechvedka heavies, bringing us the 39th, a division that we have seen quite a bit lately. On the right side, Zerg and Dope, bringing us a lot of Aufklärer heavies, and a lot of Fallschirmjägers with medis. With the 4th Motorstrelki. 4th Machschützen division. Versus the Motorstrelki division, the 39th. The Motorisierte Schützendivision, der NVA, is going on here in a rebellion in the pact scenario. Rehwagen will come for Echo. On the other side, we have 2 CBs coming in for Jasp. Shilka's in the rear, Coop as well. A lot of AA here actually. Conquerors coming in, more Fallschirmjäger Medis. They should... Why are they not deployed forward? Okay. That's a mistake that hopefully gets fixed before the game starts. So, which division do you favor in this matchup? I'm trying to consider. Like, one thing that you really like as 4th here is that you can just bring out your Coops and Shilkas without having to worry about Siad. Like, one of the big issues of 39th currently is not having Siad. So, enemies radar AA can just live without fear. Yeah, that's one thing. As we go into the battle here. And then obviously the forward deployment is good. But I feel like since the T-62s, you can't just as easily overrun anymore the enemy. And the T-62s are pretty good against T-55s. And obviously T-55 is the only thing you get as 4th. So the tank fights are a bit rough. Infantry fights are slightly in your favor, but also the BMP-3s are a unit that you can't deal as easily with. Conquerors don't one-shot that and so on, so it's interesting. Fallschirmjäger Einsatztruppen dropping out a bit early here. You can chop them up all the way up here or so, and then move them around, or like even here is fine usually. Then the enemy might spot you, but I mean the enemy expects you to kind of be here anyways, to be honest. Like, there's few scenarios where there ain't no units from blue sides in this forest. BRM setting up. Jasp getting the +2. Meanwhile, Mi-24 AA finds a kill with its rockets. Pretty good there. Shilka moving forward. A lot of Rechvedka heavies here coming around. MiG-21 AA. Can it find the kill onto the Mi-24? Oh, not quite. Will it be able to make another run? Mi-24 AA is stunned down. I wouldn't expect Jasp to bring a fighter around. MiG-23 and the new Su-27 are the fighter options that you get as 39th. So the Su-27 is good, but also really expensive. It nearly costs you $300 at the moment. So yeah, you might want to consider about that. MiG-21 can't see the Mi-24 anymore. Good reaction by Jasp here, landing it. And the air optics of the MiG-21 ain't helpful, which doesn't have the best air optics in the first place anyways. So yeah, good reaction here by Jasp. Now obviously wants this to get repaired. Like first good buy for the MiG-21 here, but also really good reaction here on the other side. Zircon Dope getting the Spewagen up in the north. T-62 being called in. A lot more T-55 Ace coming in. I'm not a big fan of the Ace on this map though. Like, yes, 45 points is cheap and all, but range is really an issue on this map. And as I said, the T-62 also has a pretty good matchup, especially the MV. As against your 7 frontal armor, it does a lot of damage with its 16 penetration, whilst you only have 2 more penetration than the enemy has armor, so you only deal 2 damage per hit on long range. Plus it always also outranges you heavily with its ATGM and its gun. So for a pretty cheap price point, T62 feels quite efficient against. Like, pretty similar to how the Leopards feel against it. Just that you also get an ATGM that can even bully them from further apart. Though you pay a slight bit up on top on this. MiG-21 bomber here though. Starting to be annoying. Su-27 is out. An absolutely gorgeous plane. And a pretty deadly one if you run into it. As it has 10 missiles. And a good 30mm gun as well. But 10 missiles means it for sure has enough to shoot you down if you stay in the air. At some point, 2 of them will connect and 2 of them are enough to kill you. So you don't want to stay around this plane for too long. Often it has enough missiles to even kill 2 planes out of the sky. Which is one of the reasons why it's so expensive, because a lot of other planes struggle with that. This plane really does not. Like, usually it needs like 4 missiles to get the kill. Like 4 to 5 missiles, and it actually has 5 missiles for 2 planes. So you want to be really careful around it. Disadvantage of it, it's not as fast as an F-15. It doesn't quite have the super high ECM. But it has 4 long-range missiles and 6 medium-range missiles that are all with good accuracy. Meanwhile, Aufklärer sitting around here. Su-25 with rockets coming in. Interesting. This has fallen out of favor a bit, as they are not that cheap anymore. They could use, like, they could be a bit cheaper, again, I think. But, let's see. Rocket pods coming in. Will they be able to bully the Aufklärers here? They do a bit of damage. They don't do insane amounts, though. And the Coop hit can be dangerous here, obviously. Coops with its 9 damage on a missile does a lot. You always want to have a supply truck next to the Coops from the get-go. That way, because they only have 3 shots, but that way they stay effective. And the issue with the zone between the towns is that the right side has a way better forests here and way better cover for this. Like, in my eyes, there should be deeper zones. But maybe you could set up something, but a zone between the towns would be complicated, I think, to make balanced. I would say the best setup would be a zone in here and a zone up here. So that it, like, you have a constant fight up here, you have a constant fight up here. MiG-21 gets the shutdown. Or around this farmstead and around this farmstead. Like, that would be another option. A bit down the road. Like, maybe here and then here. Like, those would be my suggestions for flags. But the map for sure needs more flags. Meanwhile, a lot of actions going on. But I missed that a bit. Some planes are going down. MiG-23 came around. And Jasp is setting up a push in the north. BRMs. BMP one piece. 62 sitting around. MiG-21 though coming in for a bombing run. And there's only 1 Eagler. And 1 Eagler ain't gonna be enough to shoot down these planes. Gotta tell you that much. Get the infantry kill. We'll get the hell out of there. Eagler at least gets 1 hit in. Su-22K with air-to-ground missiles coming around. But actually goes for the helicopter first, because it also has some air-to-air missiles. Doesn't hit with the missile though, and its gun only deals 4 damage, so the Mi-24, the Su-22 has to come around one more time for the Mi-8. Coop down here might be nice for Zircon Dope as well, as the T-62 is pushing forward. Another T-62 coming in. But here we go. Einsatzgruppe with its law trying to hit the BRM. Not hitting though. The BTRs at least get hit. And here's the flamethrowers moving forward. But Saperis have arrived and you want to run away from Saperis with your Einsatzgruppe. With the Schwimmtaucher you could take the fight, as both sides would have satchel charges. But against, if only one side has satchel charges, the fights are a bit more scary. Meanwhile, the Su-22 still tries to find a connection up here. But one more time. I think this unit is landed now? No, it's not. Huh? Not sure what the SU-22 struggles with then. Guess just getting the kill overall in general. But finds a T-62. Doesn't hit though. Coop now firing. But will go haywire. Yes. Actually, his radar guided. Another OSA coming in though. Really good AA as well. But you have to be careful as 4th has SEAT planes. And quite a lot of them. You get 4 per cards. They're not the most amazing SEAT, but they're also not the worst. Like, they're not Wild Weasel level of annoying and bad. They have more range. They have, I think, 60% accuracy. Maybe only 50. But they're also based on an SU-22, which is a decent plane as well. Quite fast. And somewhat agile. Plus has 2 short-range air-to-air missiles. So you can deal some damage against enemy fighters and stuff. Meanwhile, Zaberi's sitting around here. Yasp looking somewhat similar to Ski last game. Having the waste carrier set up to push in. Then Zircon Dope has down here. So these guys are pretty capable. Not quite sure why the Fallschirmjäger Einsatztruppen retreat that far back though. Maybe a bit too far to the rear. Rajvetka Heavy and Zaberi will deal damage to the Artillery Heavy here. Meanwhile, T-55 sitting down here. BMP 1 piece sitting around. 62 moving forward. MiG-21 coming around once more. A single one of them would have been enough. Might lose both now though, to the Igla and the Osa. Ah, no. Okay, but loses one. So the MiG-21 still paid off, I would say, by now. They have killed 5 or 6 infantry squadrons. Losing one of them for now is fine. But you might want to consider SEAT planes right now. With your future runs. 200 points here now for Yasp. 12 points for Zircon Dope. BRM coming in the north. Conquerors and Medis flying towards it. Not getting the kill though. Now Medis flying towards BMP 1P. Misses though. Conquerors coming in. Misses as well. Medis are stunned. Have to disengage. There's a lot of stuff is firing upon them. Conquerors keeps on firing. Gets the hit this time. Gets the kill. Pioneers with flamethrower coming in. Will try to help holding the town. But Zaperis coming in as well. Conquerors starting to get kills. But some tanks around here would be nice now. Try to hit this. Or you need SEAT with bombs. Conqueror's done. Not dealing any damage. It looked like a hit. But it whiffed. Not sure if that's supposed to look like that. Or if that's a kind of bug. This one did miss. Now the Conquerors is out of ammo. And the Zaperis are on top of this here now. There's no TNT on the side of Zircon Dope. The Zaperis are really scary. Also, BMP-3 with its 900M, or its 17 ATGM, and the Conquerors hitting the T-55 here. T-55 in trouble, not hitting itself, and the Conquerors finds the kill. Meanwhile down here, Mordschützen engaged by T-62 and the Mi-24V. Another vehicle goes up in smoke. T-62 down here. Hits these guys. These guys will get killed off. Group 3 gets killed off by the SU-22. Einsatzgruppe get hit as well. Schalke moving forward. Pioneer with flamethrowers moving in the north, but the Zaperis did a good job of cleaning house so far. And it looks like Yasp has this. As the infantry push down here is just not working at all. All of these guys just get mowed out in the open by the helicopter and the T-62s. And the northern town is getting devastated by Yasp. Zaperi is doing a really good job here. And Pioneers with flamethrowers could use slightly lower aim time. 6-second aim time is too long. And I feel like 5 seconds should be where it should go to. And this game is still too fast for 6-second aim time. Like, nothing else has anywhere close that aim time that some of the flamethrowers have. MiG-21s with VG bombers get it good hits in, but now there's Bruiser, there's Morosa fire, and the MiG-21 goes down in smithereens. Shilka's still chilling out over here, but the push is just too big here, the push is just too good. AA goes down, there's nothing here left basically for Zircon Dope, and this game might be over as well. Might be a fast game number 1 here. I'm trying to find a silver lining, but I don't think there's such a thing here for Zircon Dope. Everything dark on the horizon right now. And Zircon Dope agrees with me. Surrendering, and yeah, it was clean. It was pretty clear here, the victory for Yasp. 2,900 versus 1,200. I hope game number 2 gets closer. Don't want to see a stomp like this once more. We will see. As we'll switch over to game number 2 in